stop.
You're crazy with the heat. Credit's no good for a notion salesman.
Board, all aboard. Why not? What's the matter with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an anvil salesman. Your firm give credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else.
River City next.
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the button book.
Cash for the cotton goods. Cash for the hard goods.
Cash for the soft goods. Cash for the fancy goods.
Cash for the dogs and the pagans and the burgers. Look, plenty of talk, plenty of talk, plenty of talk.
You can talk, 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 you can talk while you want it, but the difference in it was no, it ain't, but you got another territory.
Ever meet a fella by the name of Bill? Now he doesn't know the territory.
Doesn't know the territory.
It's a fella wants. Just a minute. Never worries about his mind. For a single thing, he just does. Things he developed for your big Paul, Frisco, neck or nothing, red corn. Every time the bullseye salesman. That's Professor Harold Hill.
He's okay, and he doesn't know the territory.
He's a music man. What? He's a what? He's a music man, and he sells clarinets to the kids in the town. The big trombones, the rat-a-tat drums, the big brass bass, and the piccolo, the uniforms too, the shiny gold braid on the coat, the big red stretch running.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolins, picks, perhaps, and here and there a juice box.
No, the fella sells bands, boys bands. I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king. He dallies and he plucks and he shines. And when the man dances, certainly boys, what us? The piper pays in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly boys, what else? The piper pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But he doesn't know the territory.
River City, we just crossed our state line. River City, population 2,212. Board.
Well, if you're all through, I'll tell you about Professor Hill.
You really know Harold Hill?
Never seen him in my life, but I know this much. He's given every one of us a black eye. After he's worked a town over, the next salesman to arrive is automatically tarred, feathered, and rode out to the city limits on a rail.
But why should they get rode out of town on rail?
Because, in order to sell them kids band instruments and uniforms and instruction books, he has to guarantee to teach them kids to play, and to form them kids into a band, with himself as the leader.
I'd sure like to be around when you catch up with that fella.
Well, it won't be on this trip, not in Iowa. Not even the great Professor Hill will try to sell to those neck-bowed hot guys out here.
Board.
Gentlemen, you intrigue me. I think I'll have to give Iowa a try.
I don't believe I caught your name.
I don't believe I dropped it.
Special chip on the shoulder, added to be never been without that be Mr. Squires? Yes, I'm interested in a rig for Sunday, if you could accommodate me.
Then I expect you ought to see the man in charge of hiring rigs, who is late as usual.
Hey, Gregory Marcellus!
You old son of a gun. What is shh? But Greg.
Professor Hill's the name. Harold Hill.
But Greg, what are you doing here? Why didn't you let me know you were coming?
I didn't know I was myself. Besides, how was I supposed to know you'd end up in a little tank town like this? You're a pretty big slicker when you were in business with me.
Too many close shaves the way you work. Besides, got me a nice comfortable girl. Ethel Toffelmeyer. Boss's niece.
Gone legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come to no good.
So what's the new pitch? You're not back in the band business. Heard you was in steam automobiles.
I was.
What happened?
Someone actually invented one.
Oh.
Now, give me the lowdown here, Mars.
You'll never get anywhere in the band business around these stubborn islands, Greg. Besides, they got a stuck-up music teacher here who will expose you before you get your grip bunk packed.
Male or female?
The music teacher? She's a librarian. Female.
Perfect. That's just what I wanted to hear. Hey, if she passes by, point her out to me, alright?
I will. So how you gonna start the pitch?
Same old way. Keep that music teacher off balance, and my next step is to get your town out of the serious trouble it's in.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. I have to create a desperate need for a boys band. You remember? So, what's new around here? What can I use?
Nothing, except the billiard parlors just put in a new pool table.
They've never had a pool table here before?
No, only billiards.
That'll do. Either you're closing your eyes to a situation you wish not to acknowledge, or you're unaware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. But right here, same trouble right here in River City. Why, sure, I'm a builder player, certainly mine. Proud to say, boys, mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with the cue in my hand are golden. How to cultivate horses, and a cool head, and a keen eye. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets at the table. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum, with a capital B and that rhymes with P, and that stands for cool. Now I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while loafing around that hall? Maybe trying out Vivo, trying out Cuba, trying out tailor-mades like cigarette fiends, and bragging all about how they're gonna cover up the telltale reference. One fine night, they leave the pool, headed to the dance of the arms, looking to them, skull born in a rag's eye. She was looking out of my first one, and you were talking to me, and the legs, mass stereo, frenzy, idle brain is a devil's playground trouble. Right here in River City, with the capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool. We surely got trouble. Right here in River City, right here. Gotta figure out a way to keep the young ones moral after school. Our children's gonna have mothers of River City, heed the warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. The moment your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers, boo the knee? Are certain words creeping into his conversations? Words like, swell, so's your old man. If so, my friends, we got trouble! Right here in River City, with the capital T, and that rhymes with, and that stands for pool. We surely got trouble, right here in River City, with the T, I'm with P, and that stands for pool. Would you drop your...
No!
Didn't I meet you in? Well, I'll only be in town a short while.
Good! Hello, Mama.
Hello, dear.
Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll be there in a minute. Yes, ma'am. Mama, man with the suitcase has been following me all over town.
Oh, who?
I never saw him before.
Did he say anything?
He tried.
Did you say anything?
Mama, of course not. All right, Amaryllis. Now your exercises. So, do, la, re, ti, mi, a little slower. Please keep the fingers curved as nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
If you don't mind me saying so, it wouldn't have hurt to find out what the gentleman wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Well, excuse me for living, but I never read it.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same uncommon tobacco mentality of River City people in taking it all too much to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I cannot find concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can put pose like a Shakespeare and all them other high Greeks.
Mama, if you don't mind me saying so, you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
Now I wouldn't change the subject. I was talking about that stranger.
What
With
stranger?
the suitcase who made your very last touch.
Mama, do you think I'd allow a common masher now? Really, Mama, I have my standards where men are concerned. I have no intention.
I know all about the standards, and if you don't mind me saying so, there's got a man alive who can hope to measure up to that when upon pregnancy and no winter you can come to for yourself and your right to imagination, your honest stubbornness, and your life and full of brooks.
Well, if that's the best I ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I have a?
May I have a drink, please?
Yes, dear.
Is that your way to walk in the house? That won't do at all. I'll have a kiss from me, boy. The lady over there is your sister, young man.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where's your manners?
I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you come? I would especially like it very much if you'd come, Winthrop.
Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you to have a party. Are you going or aren't you?
No.
No what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name?
He won't say Amaryllis because of the S, because of his lisp. He's ashamed.
We don't know about his list, Amaryllis. Will, Winthrop?
I'll bet he won't say it.
Amaryllis.
Amaryllis! Why does he get so mad at people just because he lisps? It's not just because he lisps. That's just part of it, Amaryllis. What's the other part? Never mind, dear. It's just that he never talks very much. Not even to you? Or your mother? No, dear. We all just have to be a little patient. I'm patient, even though he doesn't ever talk to me. But I do to him. Every night. I say goodnight to him on the evening star. You have to do it the very second you see it too, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight. There, darling. You have lots of time. If not Winthrop, there'll be someone else. Never! I'll end up an old maid like you. For the time being, just say goodnight to my someone. You can put the right name in when the right someone comes along. All right, it's better than nothing. Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece. Now I may play my crosshand piece. Good night, my someone. Good night.
for leading the singing. As Mayor of River City, I welcome you, River Citizens, to the 4th of July exercises set up in the indoors here in Madison Gymnasium on account of the weather. The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau. The members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Some disagreement about the costumes, I suppose. Instead, the Wonton girls from the local wigwam, Hiawatha, will now present a spectacle, My Wife, in which my wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin, will take a leading part.
How can it be raining? Did the Gazette predict fire? They sure did, E-words. That's because we all prepared for a storm.
The Gazette is accurate most of the time, and you know it, JC.
You won't lie very long in the banking business being accurate most of the time.
Well, this ain't a bank, it's now.
You members of the school board commit bickering in public?
Well, all in the world I said was,
Never mind.
We heard there's a pool table in town.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Now, just a minute.
Is it a pool table or isn't it?
Will you allow me to get on with the exercises?
We don't want any more exercises until we get this pool table matter settled.
Let's protect our children. Resist sin and corruption. Smite that devil and keep our young boys pure. May I have your attention, please? Attention, please. I can deal with this trouble, friends, with the wave of my hand, this very hand. Please observe me, if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize River City Boys Band. Oh, think my friends are gonna need pool table ever hope to compete with the gold trombone. Rah, rah, rah-ta-da-da-da-rah-rah. Remember, my friends, when a handful of trumpet players did to the famous fabled walls of Jericho, clear upon the walls come tumbling down. A band will do it, my friends. Oh, yes, I mean a boys band. Do you hear me? I said River City's gotta have a boys band, and I mean she needs it today. Well, Professor Harold Hill's on tangent. River City's gonna have a boys band. As sure as the Lord made pumpkin apples, and that band's gonna be in uniform. Johnny, Willie, Teddy, Fred, and you'll see the glitter of crashing cymbals, and hear the thunder of rolling drums, the shimmer of trumpets, and you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill I once enjoyed when Gilmore, Liberati, Pat Conway, the great creator, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on the very same historic day. "76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, a cream of every famous man. 76 trombones caught the morning sun, with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds springing up like weeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper-bottom timpani and horse platoons, thundering, thundering all along the way. Double bell, euphoniums, and big bassoons. Each bassoon had its big fat say. There were 50 mounted cannon in the battery, thundering, thundering louder than before. clarinets of every size and trumpeters who improvise a full haunted higher than the sky.
Monday morning about this bandit over at City Hall, 10 o'clock sharp. Then I want that spellbinder's credentials.
Constable, I'll be responsible for the boy.
You don't know this kid. He's tough, and he's got his gang waiting outside.
Now, Constable, I'll show you how to break up the gang. Oh, young lady, miss, what's your name?
Zanita, I don't have any idea you expected me. Yes.
Do you know Tommy Gillis?
Well,
Tommy, this is Anita. Escort this young lady home. By way of the candy kitchen. Yes, sir. Do I have to? You have to. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Professor, you're a pretty bright young fellow. You made a couple of mistakes, though.
Oh?
The mayor happened to own the billiard parlor and that new pool table.
Oh, what was my other mistake?
That, Anita, is the mayor's oldest girl.
Just a minute, Professor Hill. We're the school board. We'd like to have your credentials.
Academic certificates.
Nothing of the kind.
We need letters and papers.
Make him call them on! Wait! What am I hearing? Say... Ice cream. Ice cream? But I don't sing no that. Talk then. Down here. Ice cream. Talk. Slow. software man myself. Guarantee and gold medal class of Op 5.
Even should that happen to be true, does that give you the right to follow me around wherever I go? Another thing, Mr. Hill, I'm not as easily mesmerized or hoodwinked as some of the other people in this town, and I think it only fair to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books in there, which may very well give me some interesting information about you.
Oh, Professor Hill, we're all a god.
Simply a guy.
Everybody's so excited for the marriage. I'm Ethel Tofflemeyer.
And this is Miss Squires and Miss Hicks. And of course you met our beloved mayor's wife, Elaine McKechnie. Isn't it exciting, Elaine?
Oh, I couldn't say. Oh no, I could not say. I could not say at this time. My husband would wish to investigate, I am sure. And naturally, I'm reticent. Oh yes, I'm reticent.
Of course, Mrs. Shin, I understand. But part of my music playing includes a committee on the dance and... Oh, wait. Wait, do that again, Mrs. Shin. Your foot, the way you moved it just now.
Oh, well, I have a bunion there that
What grace, what natural flow of rhythm, what expression of line and movement.
Mr. Hill.
You must accept chairmanship of the Ladies' Auxiliary for the classic dance, mustn't she, lady? Every move you make, Mrs. Shin, bespeaks Del Sort. Will you? Say yes, Mrs. Shin.
Well, you Lady McKechnie Shin. Well, I am dancing, that is, well...
Then you accept?
Yes, indeed! I would like to say...
Now, the young woman who plays the piano, Marion Peru, I believe. After all, she is the librarian.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, tick, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, tick, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, tick, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more, pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, tick, 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 we have to go for kind of woman that will want to any committee. Of course, I shouldn't tell her this. She, I'm going to hurry books.
Hurry books?
Robles! Mother!
And the worst part is, of course, I shouldn't tell you, but
I'll tell. The man lived on my street, let me tell.
I'll tell. She made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town till she came here. Old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison. Madison Gymnasium. Madison Picnic Park. Madison Hospital. That Miser Madison?
exactly. Who would he think he was anyways?
Well, I should say, show off? He gave the town the library too, didn't he?
That's just it. When he died, he left the library to the city.
But he left all the books to her.
She was seen going and coming from his place.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Now the maid praised the old witches with a gilt-edged guarantee. She had a golden glint in her eye and silver voice in the counterfeit ring. Just melt her down and keep her feel a lump of lead as cold as steel. Here, where a woman's heart should be. He left River City, the library building, but he left all the books to her.
facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I'm not sure if I understand you entirely, Professor.
If your son had that same firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles, by George! Not that he could ever be really great, you understand, but...
Oh, is that so? And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
Well, you see, all the greatest cornet players were Irish. O'Klein, O'Clark, O'Mendez.
But, Professor, we are Irish.
No! No, really? That clinches it. Sign here, Mrs. Peru. Your son was born to play the cornet. Fine, that will be $7 earnest cash. No more due until the first installment payment at the opening of band practice. Oh, thank you. And, of course, I'll need the boy's measurements for his band uniform.
His uniform?
Hello, son.
Would I have
A stripe? Why, certainly, my boy. A wide red stripe on each side. Now, what do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse him, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day, even to us. So if you get him to play in the band, it'll be a miracle. Say, where are you from, Professor?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
What's she now?
Gold medal class, about 5. Hello, Miss Peru.
Mr. Hill?
He wants to put Winthrop in the band.
Do you burst in on everyone's home like this?
Marion!
We're not interested.
Why not let the boy's father decide?
The boy's father is dead. Anything else?
You'll have to excuse Marion, Professor. She's not really...
Please. I'm sure at the heart she's just as lovely as herself. Good day to you, Mrs. Peru.
Good day to you, Professor. Marion Peru!
Has he gone?
Well, I hope not forever. Darling, don't you ever think of your future? Gary and Hannah conservation class of Art 5 now, darling.
Now, Mama, the fact that he claims his commodity is music, in this particular case, does not impress me.
All right, darling, all right. Only it's a well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you'll never strike much of a fire.
Mama! Winthrop, I know you're there. Please go to the library and ask Mrs. Grubb to give you the book I set aside. It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large brown volume with black corners.
Do I have
You won't have to talk to anybody. I've written it all down.
Now what are you up to? Why do you need books at this hour of the night?
I have a feeling the Indiana State Journal may help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
Anita, meet me up for supper.
Meet you where?
The footbridge.
Last time the lumberyard, and now the footbridge, and where will you meet me after that? In the black hole of Calcutta? Egads! Tommy, it's Papa.
Didn't I say get that spellbinder Harold Hill's credentials? I said it morning of July 4th, 1912.
Yes, George, but...
And now the whole town's turned upside down. The school board singing up street and down alley instead of tending to city matters.
Mayor Shin, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater.
Is who?
His university.
Oh, I know all about that. In fact, that's all I can get out of it. Gary Conservatory, class of Art 5.
If you just take the time to read a little bit about the conservatory, I don't think you'll have to look much further. It's on page...
Papa, the Wells Fargo wagon is just coming out from the depot.
At this hour of the day, the Wells Fargo wagon?
It could be the band instruments.
The band instruments? I want that man's credentials.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is rolling down the street, but please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is rolling down the street. I wish I knew what it could be. I got a son to make me sugar on
receive individual instruction in due course. In the meantime, stay off the streets, get acquainted with those instruments, and think of the minuet in G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da.
Pretty short order, or I'll be seeing you in front of a grand jury. Now, Miss Marietta, how's that book?
Come, George.
Hold on, I've got to get something from the librarian. How about that book?
I've never seen Winthrop so happy. Thank you, Professor Hill.
It was my pleasure, Miss Carew.
Start her up, Mr. Washburn. Wait till you see the new steps Professor Hill taught us.
All right, what'll it be?
The Shaboobie!
Shaboobie!
Now when you kiss the river rain, she showed me a hustle. And when you kiss the second time up, his hand in the hustle. Go wait till they're gonna drop. Every cloud, speed on the ground. The girl's flying down. Shaboobie, Shaboobie, Shaboobie. The girl was coming again. Shaboobie, Shaboobie, Shaboobie.
We'd rather be in front of your back, but
I'm gonna warn you once more.
Now, George!
Not one poop at you, madam.
I think he means me.
You know what I see written all over you? Reform school. Now get out of here. Get out of here, you wild kid.
Oh, please. It's capitalists like you that make fun of the marketplace. Egads!
You watch your phraseology, young woman. Now go home.
Mr. Mayor, I want to let you know, I'm vouching for Tommy Teals. That boy's got the confidence of every kid in this town. He'll be waiting in line to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foregather in wheelchairs on account of the broken legs they'll have from tripping over their beards. Now, let me tell you something. My fine young feathered young... Never mind! Oliver! J.C. Ewart! Oliver! I want that man's references, and I want them by tonight. Do not let him out of your sight. That man is slippier than a Mississippi sturgeon.
Professor Hill, I think Mershin has behaved abominably, and I think it wonderful of you coming to Tommy's defense.
A man can't dodge the issue every time a little personal risk is involved. What does that poet say? The coward dies 1,000 deaths. The brave man, only 500.
I just wish I'd been a little bit more informed. I've been meaning to talk to you about Winthrop's cornet.
His cornet? Mother Croquis?
I'm sure it's fine. He tells me of some big system. If he thinks the minuet in G, he won't have to bother with the notes. Now, Professor!
Miss Marion, the theme system is a revolutionary method, I will admit. But I cannot discuss these things in public. If you'll allow me to call. When may I call?
Why, any night this week.
Take a little time, take a little time, ching, ching, ching. Take a little more, take a little time, take a little time.
Miss Peru, please join our Del Star committee. You were so dear days in the Shaboopy with Professor Hill.
You dance like a fairy princess with the movie for your floor. You had a golden shimmer in your hair and silver shoes for all to see. We know that you will soon unfold a forgiving heart of purest gold here, where a woman's heart should be. Fairy princess, moving forth, golden shimmer, silver shoes. Now unfold, heart of gold, here, where a woman's heart should be. The professor told us to read those books, and we simply adore them all. Chaucer. All time, we don't talk a little choo 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 choo
You the piano teacher in town?
Why, yes.
Then you must know about this fella Hill, forming a boys' band here.
Yes.
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. Swindling 2-bit thimble rigger. But I'm just passing through. Number 8 only makes a 15-minute water stop.
Who are you?
The name's Charlie Cowell, anvil salesman. But just today, I'm out to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from this swindler.
Mr. Cowell, I think you're making a big mistake.
Mistake my old lady's corset cover. This fella has been the raspberry seed of my wisdom tooth long enough. He's already spoiled Illinois for me, and he's not going to spoil Iowa. Say, what kind of music?
I know all about that. Band leaders are always called professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine leader in his
Now wait a minute. Fine director? Have you heard one note of music from any band?
No, but...
But nothing, girly girl. He's never formed a band in his life, and he never will.
You'll never make the train at the depot. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
No, sir. I've got to leave word, and I can see you ain't the one to leave it with.
I never met a man who sells anvils before. Well, that's something quite different.
Takes a real salesman, I can tell you that. Anvils have a limited appeal. What am I doing? I missed that train, I'll be fired. And I have to leave word about that fella Bill.
Leave word with me.
Not on your tin type. How do I know to deliver these letters?
Try me. There's your train, now run for it.
You double dealing? Who do you think you're protecting? That guy's got a girl in every county in Illinois. And that's 102 counties. Not to mention that piano teachers like you he coaches up to just to keep their mouths shut. Neither one of you served the last of me, girly girl.
Marion, hello, what was it happened to just my Professor Hill?
Mrs. Peru, top of the evening. Miss Marion.
You and Marion come up and sit. I've got some jelly on the stove.
There's no jelly on the stove, Mama.
Well, put some on.
Shall we reset, as your mother said?
Well,
You did ask me to call.
Professor Hill, is it true that you... Well, what I'm trying to say is, I must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
Now say, where'd you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors of a traveling salesman.
Now, Miss Marion, you mustn't believe everything you hear. After all, one hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty?
Uncle Matty?
Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me an assured job so that Mother Winthrop and I can have some security. Surely you don't believe...
Oh, of course not. That's exactly my point. Now, why do you think people start those rumors?
Narrow-mindedness? Jealousy? Jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly. And jealousy mostly starts rumors about traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Just that. But of course it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy can lead to... I mean, take you, for example. Your attentions to customers and teachers, well, they might be very well misinterpreted, mightn't they?
Why?
And so you say if another salesman or someone were jealous. I mean, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things.
Why, certainly.
And so you say, if another salesman made these rumors, I mean, they could be downright lies, couldn't they?
Certainly.
And...
Miss Marion, I would be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you. But could we please do it sitting down? You do sit. Your knees bend and all.
We could sit on the porch steps.
We could also sit on a large whole log over at the footbridge.
I couldn't think of it. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Just a talk. Meet me there in 15 minutes.
I just can't. Please, some other time. Maybe tomorrow?
My dear little librarian, you pile up enough tomorrows and you'll find you've collected nothing but a bunch of empty yesterdays. I don't know about you, but I'd like to make today worth remembering. Footbridge. 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Mama! What?
I just told Professor Hill I'd meet him at the footbridge in 15 minutes.
Glory be and saints be praised, it works!
What does?
I've been using the think system on you from the parlor.
hand in your wallet, mister. And yours, madam. And yours, little lady. Ever since the first moment he came in this town, there's more documented evidence than you'll ever have time to read. There is no band. There never was any band. And there never will be any band. And if we don't hunt this man down like a mad dog, there won't be any Harold Hill either. He'll be on the next train out of town.
Now will you believe me?
Well, what are we waiting for?
I want my money back.
Money back? I want time.
After him! And when you find him, bring him to the schoolhouse! After him!
Some crazy guy is going all over town, spilling everything.
All right, Mars, go get the rig.
I got
What time's the freight go?
it. 9:40 from the junction.
Well, it's not even 8:30 yet.
Look, you want to turtle whirl around here and get yourself caught in a trap, you go ahead, but
Don't worry, Mars. I'll meet you back at the hotel in plenty of time. Miss Marion, you're late.
But you said 15 minutes.
Well, I meant that you were about, well, I'd say 26 years late. It took you all this time to get to the footbridge with the fellow.
If you want to know the truth, it was almost longer.
Oh?
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I suppose I'm not the first to find it easier to think clearly when not under the spell of your salesmanship.
Now, Miss Marion, surely you don't think I've been selling you anything.
No, you've given me something.
I don't recall giving you.
Oh, yes, you have. Something beautiful.
Marion,
There were
Excuse me, I'm expecting a cable from Hector Berlioz. This could be it. Now what?
Who's the salesman here? Sounds like she's selling and you're buying.
I had to keep her off balance, didn't I?
Yeah? Well, she's so far off balance now you couldn't tell her from a cat boat or hurricane.
Just go get the rig. Never a peaceful moment in the music industry. Now then, where were we?
You were about to tell me what I don't know about you?
Oh, yeah, well, you don't have to get into that just yet, now do we?
No, we don't. Or ever for that matter, Harold. The librarian hasn't felt like doing much research lately, but she did plenty when you first came here.
Oh? About what?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory Music Gold Medal Class of Ot 5. Now, Harold, there wasn't any Gary Conservatory in Ot 5.
Oh, why, there's
because
certain...
the town wasn't even built until Ot 6. I'll see you at the sociable.
You knew the whole time?
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came.
Why, you little...
Greg! He's anywhere around here. Let's check down my creek.
Wait a minute here, son.
Not your son, leave me!
Not till I talk to you for a minute.
I won't listen! Wouldn't tell the truth anyway!
Would to?
Would not!
Would to? Tell you anything you want to know.
Can you be in a band?
No?
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty, rotten crook?
Yes.
Leave me go, you big liar!
What's the matter? You wanted the truth, didn't you? No, I'm bigger than you, and you're going to stand there and get it all, so you might as well quit wiggling. Now, there's two things you're entitled to know. One, you're a wonderful kid. I thought so from the first. That's why I wanted you in my band. So quit moping around and feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's a band, kid.
What's the other thing in town?
Actually, the other thing isn't any of your business now that I think of it.
I'm with you. Never come to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Sister, you believe him?
I believe everything he ever said. The way every kid in this town walked around here all summer and looked and acted, especially you, and the parents too. Does Mom wish he'd never come to River City?
We do, don't you?
No, Winthrop. Now go, Harold, please.
Come on, Professor, hurry up.
I can't go, Winthrop.
Why not?
For the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door.
Greg! They're here! That way! That way!
Come on, Professor, that way! That way!
Virtue has triumphed. The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those, so I have heard, who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not say them nay.
Well, I should think there ought to be some of you who could forget our everlasting Iowa stubborn chip-on-the-shoulder arrogance long enough to remember the River City before Harold Hill arrived. Do you remember? Well, do you? Surely some of you ought to be grateful to him for what he's brought to River City. And if so, I think you'd want to admit it.
You're wasting a great deal of time here. If there's a person in this hall who doesn't think that this man Hill should be tarred and feathered, please step forward. You ladies, step back. Have you forgotten how you bought expensive uniforms, technical instruction booklets, and high-priced
think.